I was under so much stress. My business wasn't growing, and I was at a point where I was deciding, am I closing down or am I gonna keep doing this? Because if I'm gonna keep doing this, something needs to change and something needs to happen. I didn't know my numbers. I think that is the biggest change for me. I didn't know what I should be looking at, what the numbers meant. I did think, what if this doesn't work for me, right? Maybe this works for other practices, but it doesn't work for mine. So that was always a fear. I even thought, maybe I can't afford it, My husband and I were planning to have a baby, and I was just like, I can't do that because I don't know how I would do that while I'm working. Who's gonna run the firm? Who's gonna do the work? So, for me, that was very important, more so than the money. I needed a solution, and I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel until I came to HTM, and they're like, that's totally doable. I think for me, the biggest thing was seeing everyone going up for their 90-day look back. And it was people that were transactional attorneys just like me. It wasn't all litigation attorneys. It wasn't all contingency lawyers. It was people that had firms just like me and saying things just like where I was, right? So I started off at 100K firm, and now I'm at 4 million. Okay, well, if she can do it, I can do it too. So that was a changing point for me, and I'm very happy and grateful that I did. How can you have a goal without knowing where you're standing? I could say I want $500,000, but if I'm making 1,000 a month, how do I even know if I don't look at my numbers? So that to me has been just opening my eyes to the world, and as much as maybe some days I don't like looking at my numbers, I can't look away. My eyes are already open. That shift from attorney mindset to I'm an owner of a law firm mindset has been life-changing for me, because I was doing, as an attorney, I never saw my value as the owner. I saw that the best use of my time was production. I didn't see that the best use of my time was marketing, was sales, was being the face of my firm and bringing people in. I always thought it was just me doing the contracts. And that change in mindset also liberated me, because I always felt like I had to be a part of the firm. I had to be the one doing production. Now I know, since that's not the best use of my time, I can step away. I can have freedom. I can hire people to do it better than I can. So that's what just that shift from attorney to owner has done for me. I think that if you're gonna grow in any aspect of your life, you have to be very humble and accept that you don't know everything. If not, you're never gonna grow. I read something right now in the notes. It was talking about you don't know how much you don't know until you let go of that ignorance that you know everything. So it's just, you have to check your ego at the door, because if not, you're gonna be lying to yourself along with everybody else, which is, I think, what many of us did for so many years, which is why we're now here, being honest with ourselves. Being honest with yourself, putting that ego aside, being humble, and being hopeful that you can change now and grow. I think that's the most important reason to leave your ego at the door. I think the value of a live quarterly meeting is the camaraderie. Being around people that are just positive, that have the same goals as you, that are not afraid to share their struggles with you, they're not ashamed of it, that they're not ashamed to tell you about their mistakes, and also share what their secret sauce has been or what decisions they made. I have people in my same area, geographically, that do my same area of law, and they're welcome me with open arms with information, and if I need any help. And we refer work back and forth to each other. So, just that mindset of that work is not scarce, that there's clients for everyone, and maybe there's a client that's gonna like me more than them and them more than me. It's opening your eyes to a new world, and it's beautiful. And you don't get that much in the lawyer community outside of HTM. What I would tell myself 3 years ago is what I've been thinking the last 90 days that I should have told myself 5 years ago when I first met HTM, is just join. It's worth the money. I see people that joined at the beginning and where they're at now, and it's incredible. And I tell myself all the time, like, man, where would I have been if I would have just started back then, right? But more than that, it's also the mindset, The last 3 years have been stressful and overwhelming, but it was because of my mindset. That would be something major that I would tell myself 3 years ago, that first comes the mindset, and then everything else trickles from there.